What's up, Trail Trash? Welcome back. On today's episode, I'm going to show you a couple of things. Some of my projects I've been working on. I have come close to finishing the drawer system in the FJ. In fact, I'm finished with it for now. I have it in there and I'll show it to you in just a second. Also, I've got part of my rear bumper that I'm going to be working on pretty soon. I'll show you that. I'm doing a tire carrier on my rear bumper with a new bumper, so I'll go over some of that and show you that. Also, man, I think that's it. Just trying to finish some projects. I've got a couple of more projects that I'm wanting to start, but really wanting to finish some of these other projects and knock them off the list. I've been working on my lawnmower, pretty much rebuilding it. I've got an old lawnmower, not a zero turn, one of the old school ones. So I've been going through it, replacing belts and everything, and finally got it out of here. My work truck, my old work truck, the 94 F250, I'm close on I've rebuilt the rear end, new brakes, new seals all through the axle, everything in the rear end's redone, shocks. I've got the front brakes, all of that stuff is redone, all new calipers, rotors, all new wheel bearings. And I just received the lower ball joints yesterday, so I'm going to be pressing those out, replacing those, and then putting all of the front end to the work truck back together so that I can start driving it. Still got a lot of work to do, but I want to drive it and then start replacing hoses, belts, fluids, all of that stuff. But getting close to that. With that being said, though, I've been busy. Work and all these little projects on the side, but bringing the drawer system closer to an end is a big step. I've been working on that for maybe 4 weeks now. I didn't think it would take this long, but had a few issues. But I want to make sure it's right before I say I'm finished. And I'm close now, so we will take a look. I'll take a look at that, but first I'm going to show you the garage. I haven't even picked up or cleaned up yet, so that was what I was going to do this morning, but I figured I would show you the mayhem before. So my lawnmower's been in here for 2 weeks now. I just got it out 2 days ago, and it is cutting good, and I'm glad I don't have to spend $7,000 on a new zero turn. So, but I've got to get some of this stuff out of here. This is just all my work table and tools. I'll be moving some of this stuff back out. My water tank, I've still got to put inside the FJ, and we'll take a look here, and I'll show you where I'm going to put the water tank. So this is the back side of the drawer system, and I don't have my side panels on. I'm just going to leave it like this for now because I've got to replace one of my slides, and there's something, my water pump, I think I'm going to hang from here and plumb through. That way I've got a space on that side, so I may put my water spout going out the middle there. May put one out the side here, but I know my water pump and my plumbing will go on this underneath portion of this platform. And that's a good space because I didn't want to take up any of my drawer space, and I will be able to plumb everything up here. And I can even put a fascia on it so I can cover it once I know exactly where it's going to be hanging and all. I can put a fascia board on with that and tie it all in one piece, and that'll keep it concealed. But this turned out pretty decent, and I'll take you to the back and show you the back. Also, These mirrors have been great. The anti-glare with the blue has been wonderful. Drove in the rain last night and really could tell a huge difference. So here's the drawers, and I've got the two there, and then the platform, the top piece, I've got it T-nutted there, and then over here, let me get a light. Okay, so these are two gussets from just aluminum gussets, and I put quarter 20 rev nuts in my platform here, and then I use the, let me see here, yep. See if I can zoom in, yes. So then I use the little aluminum angle bracket and attach to the gusset, and then the plywood just attaches to there. That's my support brackets for this side of the platform, and I really think the half-inch plywood and that is going to be enough. That I'm not going to be stacking heavy stuff up here. If I have anything heavy, it'll go on the side with all of the aluminum support. But I am pretty happy with the way it all turned out. Gaining all of this space here with my refrigerator and my drawers in place, I like it. I really like it. So I got a little flex there, but it's solid. It's solid. I am not worried about it. Really happy. I am going to put me some lights underneath here, which will be pretty simple. I'll just do a LED light underneath there, and I can tie it into my switch panel. And you see I do still have my switch panel here on Velcro, and I can move it up some. Push it all the way up. So there's my switch panel. I can still turn on my lights and use all of it. And I'm still able to get to all of my hookups here for my power. And I've got enough space that I can run cords anywhere in between and get it to where I need. So I'm really glad I didn't have to relocate any of this with my second battery setup. It's still functional and I can still get to it. So really happy with that. But I will open up these drawers and show you that and show you some of the issues I had. All right, so we'll take a look at this. The fridge slide works great. I gotta get some adhesive on that. That's the only bad thing I got to say about this Set Power refrigerator is the actual little rubber non-slip surface. It came up in the extreme heat, but I think I could get some type of adhesive glue or something and get that stuck back down. But that's the fridge slide, and you can see the space and everything. If I need to get in there, I can take the fridge off and have plenty of space. But I was able to do all of the brackets and everything that I did, brackets and all the work I did over in this corner. I did it with the fridge pushed up in the space, so I was still able to work and do all of that without taking it off the slide itself. And I did get a couple of comments on people saying this, they have the same fridge slide and it's held up great for them. So I expect it to. It's really well built. It feels solid. But so on my drawers, here's the bottom. And they are deep, I think right at 28 and a half or 29 inches. I think it's 28 and a half on the inside. But they're deep. So on this slide, I had to take these in and out multiple times to adjust and get it right, because if it's not right, it will not close. If it's not square all the way, like it's going to drag somewhere and it's going to hang up. So lots of in and outs with the drawers and re-screwing them, adding a little spacer or whatever I needed to do to get it right. Well, eventually the screws kind of loosen up. So ended up putting T-nuts on the inside. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can see the T-nuts on the inside there. And I use those, and then I'll use a 1/4-20 bolt on the outside, so it's got a good solid. It's connected very solidly, so I'm not worried about these loosening up. And once I do have them all dialed in, everything's done, I will take them out one at a time, put a little thread lock on it, blue thread lock, and I won't ever worry about these things loosening up. Screws, I was worried about it loosening it up. So, and during that process, the little spring loaded, the spring that keeps that loaded, it popped off. So not a huge deal. I was scared it may rattle, but once it's in place, it don't rattle. But on the top, so on my top one, it doesn't lock on this side anymore, because on the last adjustment I was putting it in and something was hung up and I forced it and it knocked all the steel bearings out of this rail. So it still works and I still have it in place. Was able to do the T-nuts and everything on the slide, but I did have to order a new slide. So I'll replace this slide, and I'll go ahead and replace this one with that's missing the spring, but I'll save that slide because it's actually good. If I have any trouble with this, I can still use it. So that's the drawers, and I'm going to do a fascia board on this and cut it out so that it fills these gaps here, and it covers the joint. So that's my plans. I'll do one of those. I'll do one for there, and I'll do one for there. But you can see I did add the end cap. These are the end caps to cover your cut pieces. Simple, just plastic inserts, but effective. And I put them on the other side too. Really happy with it though. A lot of time went into it. Not too much in materials. I hadn't done a breakdown cost yet, but I think I am with the fridge slide. I would say I'd say $900 in material. I know it's not more than that because the only thing I bought was wood, T-nut materials, slides, probably under $1,000, I know. And if you got this from Goose Gear, their base plate, man, you are getting $4,000, and I think that's crazy. And I haven't weighed it yet, but when I take it out to do my slides, and I've got to do the sides, everything, or I'm going to paint it. I don't know. I hadn't really figured out exactly what I'm going to do. I do kind of like the wood finish, so I may just stain it. But let me know your thoughts, if I should paint it or what. But that's the drawer system. Like I said, I just got this top piece done yesterday and went riding last night. No rattles or anything in this either, so really happy with that. I was concerned with rattles, but no issues. That's my drawer system. Really happy with it, how it turned out. Did have a few issues, but figured it out. And like I said, the aluminum extrusions are awesome to work with, pretty easy to work with, simple, but when you put them together, they're solid. And that was my first time working with it, so really, I can see me having some more projects with that. But also, I am getting ready to do my rear bumper, and I want a swing out bumper, but those things are so expensive, and I don't know why they're so expensive. So my plans are to get a bumper. So my frame is right here. So instead of making a bumper and a swing out, I like the dual swing outs, but I think the functionality of a single swing out is going to be better on the FJ because my back door opens this way. I think I want a swing out that will swing open out of the way, and then I could also have some accessories on it, like an accessory mount. Maybe max tracks, or I know I want a flip down table. You can't have enough tables. And somewhere to set the diesel heater during the wintertime, or an air condition during the summer months. It would be close to piping it up into the tent. So anyway, need a driver's side swing out, and I need attached to the frame so I can support it. So what I've done is I actually asked Chat GPT the best bumper for the FJ that I could cut and add a tire carrier, and it suggested the Warrior rear bumper. So I looked into the Warrior rear bumper. It is a sturdy bumper. It's a solid bumper, and it was cheap enough. The bumper was $809, powder coated, and it's solid. Like the structure of it, it's made in the USA. But I'm going to take it, and I looked at the instructions, how it mounts and everything. So I'm going to take on this side and cut my new bumper and fab up a tire carrier that mounts to the frame and bumper. So I bought a brand new bumper to cut, but to me it was easier than trying to design and get our metal shop to make me a rear bumper. It'd be easier to get a bumper that's solid and then get a tire carrier and then get them to do that work. That was just more efficient on my part. So I went with that, and I'll show you the tire carrier over here. Tire carrier is made by, I think it's 4x4 Innovations. I'll see if I can find I don't know where my product information is. I think it is 4x4 Innovations out of Wisconsin, if I'm not wrong. I'll try to put that in the description just to make sure. But I found this guy online, just searching tire carriers, and he makes these in-house in Wisconsin. So it was quick shipping time. I think the turnaround is supposed to be 2 weeks, but it was shipped out the week after I made the purchase. So, and this is a universal tire carrier, and I emailed the guy and told him what I was doing, and he gave me dimensions and everything, and he was like, yeah, probably be able to do that. So the tire carrier I got, I did get it driver's side, so it was, I think, $85 more. I think a total is 400 and change plus, no, 300 and change plus a couple $100 shipping. So the shipping was a little much, but in total, I think I paid close to $500 for the tire carrier. And then with shipping on the bumper, I think I was at $1,056. So right at about $1,500 and some welding and cutting and some work, I'll get a steel bumper with a tire carrier that's functional. So here's the tire carrier. Like I said, it is a driver's side swing. Really solid construction, and this is considered the accessory hoop. They add that so you can actually add accessories to it, mounts or whatever. And I forget the dimensions on it, but this side over here is where to slide and lock in, and the spindle and everything that's for this is, I think, a 3/4 inch bolt. So it's pretty solid. Like, it comes with all the spindle and everything you need. So that's in the works for what I'm doing. And let's see, he's a Toyota guy, Adam at 4x4 Innovations. He is a Toyota guy because they come for Toyota bolt patterns, and these lug nuts fit Toyota. So nice. I think it's a solid design. I don't think there'll be any sag in it once I get that anchored down and supported on the frame. It's gonna be nice. I'm really excited about the tire carrier and the rear bumper. Just getting rid of the plastic bumper on the FJ is going to be an upgrade, in my opinion. All right, y'all, that is it for this week's video. Just showing you where I'm at on my drawer system, and as of now, I'm going to leave it like it is and get my new slides in, get that dialed in, and actually use it on a few camping trips coming up, and see how it performs before I go any further with putting on the outer covers and everything. But if you have any questions about the drawer system, please hit me up in the comments. The rear bumper, let me know your thoughts on that. If I should cut up my new bumper that I got from Warrior and add a tire carrier, let me know your thoughts on that. That will be coming in some upcoming videos, but I got to wait on my bumper. It hasn't been shipped out yet. And once it comes in, it'll probably take me a few days of just setting up and figuring it out before I actually do anything to it. So lots of projects. I've got to prioritize some of my projects and get them knocked off. I've got a few things on my list that I've got the products over there. I hadn't found the time to do it. The lawnmower really threw me off because I got to have a lawnmower. The past few weeks I've had to borrow someone's lawnmower, and I can't stand that every time I need to cut grass. But that threw me off. Back on schedule now. Got any questions, comments, please drop them below. I would like to thank all of my subscribers. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps me out. And until next time, stay trashy.